actually ended up winning. Because he was actually really low life as well. I think the funniest part about what it was is I have a card that basically, card that you give, basically have your creature hold, and it can, and when this creature damages your opponent directly, that person then will take the damage initially, because then it's triggered. That's what triggers it, the ability from the equipment to activate. And after the ability activates, your opponent then let's see. Your opponent then takes the opponent just then loses half their life rounded up. So you deal like the initial damage, and then whatever their leftover life is, they then get halved, and they have that halved. And the thing is, I never actually hit anyone with it. Like, I finally got that out. I actually, today when I was using my ninja deck, I actually got a lot of things out I don't normally manage to get out, and I was super happy about it. So it actually, despite not winning, things went pretty well. Yeah, there's yeah, you can't distract here. I added a Conjurer's Closet to my deck recently, which is basically at the end of my turn I can basically take a creature off the field, or one of my creatures off the field, and then put it back on to the field, all in like quick succession, right away, like at the end of my turn. And most of my ninja deck is stuff that when it enters, oh, I'm battling someone now, or what? Oh, weird. But yeah, and most of my deck is actually figuring. Well, most of my deck is like has stuff that when it enters the field, so I can just keep blinking in. It's called blinking when you remove it and immediately bring it back. I can just keep blinking in my creatures and having their effects repeatedly activate that way. So I was happy I actually got to get that card out. I never usually do. I actually got to play a lot of cards I haven't actually managed to play yet in that deck. At least not efficiently yet. But yeah, there's I also got so the card I was talking about, that like have enough on its side. That's one I actually managed to get out. I was very happy about that. Because I've never actually managed to play that one. I even got another card that basically makes, like, gives it, like, I can cook that card and the spike as well to a creature and make it like unblockable. Let's see. Alright, yeah, jump down here. I can make the creature unblockable so that they can't actually block this to stop the damage from being dealt, and then once it's dealt, they have the life. I did actually swing with this card to deal the half their life damage, but I actually I ninjutsu something in instead, which kind of caused it it made the card's effect not activate. It still dealt damage, but it didn't do the halving effect because technically the equipment wouldn't be equipped to the card I was like ninjutsuing in, unfortunately. But I don't think I would have won not doing that. So I mean, like, I don't think I would have won either way. So it's whatever. I got really close though that time. It's I guess it's a really fun deck to use. Just like the concept of having like unblockable ninjutsu stuff. And having that stuff like into the battlefield, so it's not like I would imagine it's not like the best deck ever, but it's just kind of, it's a good deck, and it does what it does as well. Oh, cool. Yeah, the deck does what it does and does it well, and it can definitely win a few games, and I have won with it before. But like that's the reason I like it over my like 13 other decks would 10 to 1. Yeah, oh wow, that's not good. And Toyo Auto 1 attacks. Yeah, the reason I like it more than my other like 13 decks I have is just because it's a fun concept. Like, and it's not a bad deck either, so it's not like it's gonna lose every game it's in. It's definitely not like a bad deck by any means. It just, like, I would like it more than other decks that wouldn't be better because it's just more fun. All that stuff I can do with it. And I actually have what's called like referred to as EDH or Commander. I have 3 Commander decks. So basically these are 100 card decks. So those that don't know, these are 100 card decks. You have to get exactly 100 cards. You get one of those cards is your kind of like the leader of your deck. And this card you can get out repeatedly for kind of more cost, more times you do it. But this card will basically leave cards staying alive throughout most of the duel simply because it can keep coming back. And it's kind of like you kind of base your EDH or Commander deck around this Commander card. And also another way it's actually based around that Commander card is you have like in Magic to those who don't know, the coloring of each card, like what it costs to summon this card and stuff like that, or play this card, depends on, well, there's like use like mana to summon these cards, and there's different colors of mana, and they even had a new one recently for colorless mana. But yeah, there's different colors of this mana, and so these various colors then you can then use other cards to get this certain color of mana for it. And so with an EDH or Commander deck, you need to it's even more based around a Commander because whatever your Commander's colors are, whatever your Commander can have colors tapped for, what's called tapped when you turn the card and use it, basically. But yeah, best way I can explain that. Yeah, what these things are for, whatever you can use for this Commander is the only colors you can actually use in your deck. Each color is kind of has like a different. Each color is kind of like a different tribe that does different things and like bases their ideas around different areas. Wow. Just broke that toy out of one. And then, let's see. Yeah, I played that wrong. Oh. Yeah, there's and so like red would be kind of. See, I believe red's more like kind of burn, like damage burn type stuff. And like the point of red is to kind of like. I don't really know how to explain it. I don't fully know the details on each of these. Like there's red, blue, black, white, and green. It's red, blue, black, white, green. Yep, and then colorless now. And each of these have like a different idea, like basically an ideology of how they play. And so having this mixed color scheme kind of gives you multiple ways you can do things. And so like the point of bringing all this up is I made a new Commander deck recently that's basically all the colors, other than colors now, but it would have been all the colors if they didn't add colorless. And so basically you need like each of the different varieties of mana and each of the ideas are all mixed together in this deck. And that's actually my favorite of the Commander decks is my 5-color deck. Just because like that's more my style of play. Is I like to have massive variety. I like to be able to do all these different concepts. I like not being limited on my possibilities, I guess. That's the way I'd like to put it. Oh, I lost right now. I think I just need to go up from the main room back there. I almost have a Toyagama then though. So, and like and like the reason I like my 5 color so much is also because it's just really fun to use. It gets to a really slow start, so it's better off playing it in like a multi-way duel. So that I have like my opponents are worried about other people attacking them rather than taking me out. So I can actually get my start going. Because it starts off the first couple turns very slowly. Because in the first couple turns, my entire goal is to just kind of what's called mana ramp, which is to get more sources of mana to then play more things out. So I like to start off the game by doing this mana ramping, and so while I'm doing that, I don't normally have anything I can stop an opponent from attacking me with for that whole time. So it's good to have like my opponent's more worried about what other people are gonna do rather than what I'm gonna, rather than just immediately taking me out, which would be what it would be like in a 2-way, like 1v1 duel. Yeah. Oh, I did that wrong actually. Oh well. And the fun thing about Magic is it's actually built to do things multi-ways. Unlike many other card games are. It's actually built in a way that works very well with multi-way duels. And the like on the cards themselves, it'll say like, do this to your opponents and stuff like that. Rather than just like, do this to your opponent, not thinking that you're ever going to have more than one opponent. And so yeah, with my 5 color EVH, I get off to like a pretty slow start. For the most part, I can't do much about anything going on until I get like a few things going there at least. And once I get all my mana ramping done for like beginning game mana ramping, I'll probably end up getting more mana ramping out later. But once I get enough out, I can actually start doing things, and it has like a lot of cool things it can do, which is why I like it. It's just really fun to use if I can get things out at least. As it has cards that basically let me play any card from my hand. It even has a card that's like, it's like this card is really hard to actually get into play because, especially in a multi-way duel actually, because this card is something that will, it's like, this is what this card is it costs 5 of like any color mana, which you like it's basically 5. Like it used to be referred to as colorless mana, but now it's colorless and it's more just 5 any color mana in the first place anyways, so it's just shows like the number 5 and then you get to play it out. So you play this card out, and then let's see, oh, item, it's probably metal, yep. So you play this card out, and then it'll enter the battlefield tapped, which means it's kind of like, it's like you can't use it right away to like tap it right away. I guess I should further explain it, then it'll make more sense to those who don't really get that. So it enters the battlefield tapped, and then so basically it gives my opponents a chance to destroy it by the time I can actually get it into use. But yeah, it'll enter the battlefield tapped, and then I'm gonna